Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the backstory. If you're new here, kindly hit the subscribe button and the notification bell down below so that you can be notified whenever we post a new video. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the warm reception that Kalonzo Musyoka received at former Prime Minister Raila Odinga's home is giving President William Ruto and his handlers sleepless nights. And therefore, to contain that growing influence, President William Ruto dispatched a high delegation of ODM politicians coming from Nyanza region and other politicians from UDA. And the instructions were very clear. Attack the personality of Kalonzo Musyoka.
There are people who are trying to confuse people here. They are now trying to tell us how they sacrifice for Raila. I want to tell them, speaking from Kenya, there is a difference. You did not sacrifice for Raila. Raila sacrificed for you. Kama wewe una insist kukuwa running mate na ukipatiwa unashindwa kuleta kura ya kutosha mpaka ipitishe baba, ni wewe umesaidia baba ama baba amekusaidia? Si nyinyi mnajua 2007 sisi tulikuwa, mimi the first voter I ever voted from councillor to president was for the party of ODM. Kwa hivyo mtu asituambie as if they are more ODM than us. We are also founder members of ODM. ODM is a movement. We are part and parcel of this party also. So mtu asikae akisema ati yo sijui nani. Baba akituacha na Mwenyezi Mungu aweke roho lake mahali pema. Wakati mzee ametuacha mkiwa kwa chama cha ODM na amewaacha kama jamii, kama mumeungana, kama mnaongea sauti moja ndani ya chama cha ODM. Musikubali wale wanataka kuleta migawanyiko. Musikubali watu walete migawanyiko wakati marehemu baba wetu amepumzika. Ile heshima baba alituonyesha, akatuonyesha kufanya kazi na huyu Randere na Opio na William Ruto. Watu wa Ugunja tutakaa hapo. Kwa hivyo mimi naomba kwa heshima sana, mumeamua mtatokea wakati wa uchaguzi mdogo, ili tuonyeshe wale watu wa ukabila, wale wa migawanyiko ya kuwa Ugunja na Nyanza, yote mumeamua, muko tayari na chama ni ODM.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, with the demise of former Prime Minister Raila Odinga, Nyanza, that is the Luo Nyanza vote, is now up for grabs because President William Ruto knew that the presence of the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga assured him of votes from Nyanza and a larger section of Western Kenya. But what triggered all these attacks? One is the fact that James Orengo somehow endorsed Kalonzo Musyoka. And secondly, Mama Ida Odinga followed with very, very kind words towards Kalonzo Musyoka.
I've been in many meetings where people were discussing about who is going to be the candidate. And three times, Kalonzo has said, nakuachia wewe ndugu yangu Raila. In 2013, in 2017, and in 2022, where he said, I don't even need a position. If there's a principled man in Kenya, like Raila Amolo Odinga, is Kalonzo Musyoka. I also want to say this again about Kalonzo Musyoka. This guy has been a vice president. You know, power must be controlled. Ukiona watu wanakimbilia power, ati akiona uzito ya state, wanafikiria wamefika. Those are people who are going to destroy this country. Power must be controlled. That's why Raila fought for a new constitution to oversight any government in power. So I want to see anybody in Kenya today who can say he loved Raila more than Kalonzo. I want to see. I want to see.
The guests who came today, you've done something that is not very common in this part of area. We know when you go to Yuagongato, inyalo kawo dhogi moko ariyo kata adek idhigo. But Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka came with 100 heads of cattle. Obiruga gi dhok 100 yawa. Anko wacho apparently my ear is not working, serving me well. So I had to call Honorable Orengo to come and help me hear what he was saying.
Now, those statements were like an endorsement to Kalonzo Musyoka in the larger Luo Nyanza, because the Odinga's family has a sway and a say in the direction that Luo Nyanza usually take when it comes to matters politics. So kind words from Mama Ida and Orengo, who is a key political figure from Luo Nyanza, was an indication, or is still an indication, that Kalonzo Musyoka can get a significant amount of votes from Luo Nyanza. And that is one thing that President William Ruto and his handlers would not want to snowball, said that Kalonzo Musyoka can be able to get even 30 or 40% of votes from Luo Nyanza. Because as it stands right now, if Kalonzo Musyoka is backed by the united opposition and is given support by the likes of Rigathi Gachagua and other united opposition leaders, then Kalonzo Musyoka might give President William Ruto a run for his money. But if they manage to lock him out, because as it stands right now, Kalonzo Musyoka only needs close to 40% of the Luo Nyanza votes, which he might get because Luo Nyanza voters somehow have a soft spot for Kalonzo Musyoka, because Kalonzo Musyoka has supported Raila Odinga. He has sacrificed his going for the presidency 3 times in order to support the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga. And he was using that to at least try and endear himself to the Luo Nyanza voters. So in order to do some kind of damage control, President William Ruto dispatched several teams to Nyanza. Mbadi was in South Nyanza. Mbadi and his team were in South Nyanza. Opiyo Wandayi with the likes of Kimani Ichung'wah and Aaron Cheriot were in Siaya County. There was another team that was also in Kisumu, I think. So in a way, it shows that President William Ruto has panicked and he knows that he has to do a lot of work in Nyanza and Western so as to get the numbers, because as it is right now, he has lost Central Kenya. But Kalonzo himself also needs to do much more. The fact that he went to Bondo and he was given some warm reception does not mean that he has bagged Nyanza or Luo Nyanza votes. He has to continue going there, to continue to knock. Because his weakness, as I see it right now, is the fact that by having been received well, he's gone back to slumberland. Going forward, you'll see that President William Ruto and his campaign team will continuously camp in Nyanza because he needs like close to 70% of that region to support him in order to win the presidency. He will have to get Nyanza, he will have to get Western, get a little bit of Nairobi, Coast, Northeastern, and other regions so that he can get his second term in 2027 general election. So ladies and gentlemen, we'll keep monitoring what's going on in the political scene and we'll keep you guys posted. But if you're new here, kindly hit the subscribe button and the notification bell down below so that you can be notified whenever I post a new video. Until next time, bye-bye.